Well, we are so happy to announce that somebody is back in our fold after being gone for, almost 2 weeks? Was it?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
3.
Yeah, close to 3, I guess.
Jordan J. is back.
I'm here.
From vacation.
I've returned.
Because our first question was, how'd you get 3 weeks vacation?
I think he knows somebody.
We've been here longer.
It fell on a perfect. The holiday happened.
It was a perfect storm.
Gave me extra days.
Yeah.
Good for you, dude.
I didn't even plan it that way. I
told Jordan, you know what? This place is not the same without him. He brings a certain level of joy and mirth to this establishment.
Well, Kevin already has to spend like 6 hours every morning with me, so it caps at a certain point.
If you were gone, I would miss you too.
Kevin's all right, I've seen you enough. I need to see my other friend now.
So our cast today is going to be about Jordan's trip because he's been all over.
Yeah,
I guess the Western U.S. Right?
Yeah. We went all over, so we ended up.
And if I may say, we purposely told him, don't tell us anything because we want to save it for the cast.
Yeah,
so
they know nothing about anything that's happened.
We're hearing for the first time as well. Yeah.
So we ended up going all over the place. Our very first destination we went to Omaha, Nebraska. We went to like the Omaha Zoo, took the kids there. Super awesome.
I heard the zoo is amazing.
Henry Dorley Zoo. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's like rated like one of the nation's best zoos. You know, and we've been to so many of our country zoos now. Like, you know, we've almost made it a point where like, at this point, we've been to over half of them. We might as well just see the rest.
Well, funny. And a lot of people complain about there's a fee to get in. Yeah. But it is 100% worth it. If you ever get the opportunity to go to the Henry Dorley Zoo, do it.
Oh, it's funny you mention that here because my wife and I were at the Royals game at Kauffman Stadium yesterday, and somebody sitting there was from Omaha.
Oh, really?
And they said, if you ever get to Omaha, you got to go to the zoo there. It's amazing. Yeah. So it's funny that here it comes again.
And the aquarium was insane. Yeah. Like I love a good aquarium, and they had some of the most bright jellyfish I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, oh man, they were so vibrant. And they have like these other ones too. They're like inverted jellyfish. They almost look like jellyfish that have been turned
out?
Like inside out.
Wow.
And they even
that sounds painful.
Yeah, I know. And they don't even like swim around. They like stay on the ground. They're strange jellyfish, but they're
weird.
cool looking.
They stay on the ground.
Yeah. There's all sorts, and of course, like if you've never seen they have like spider crabs, which legitimately look like a giant spider.
They're creepy.
They look like a hybrid of like the face sucker from Alien a little bit.
That's great.
Did they have the stingray tank there?
Oh, yes.
The pet tank. Did you guys do that?
Yeah, we did. The kids love doing that.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of my all-time favorite things to do. They will kind of swim in a circle, and you'll have your hand down there, and every once in a while, will just grace you with its presence. And then others they're like dogs, and then others like, nope, no sale, you're not my jam. But then other one will be like, yep, you are, you're good.
Not my jam.
The penguins were so friendly too. These penguins were like, they're swimming like up to my kids, almost saying hi. Like they would like lock eyes, and they would like follow them for a real long time. You know, these penguins, they're so
That's
cute.
so precious.
Yeah. But so after
that was Omaha.
That was Omaha. Then after that, we ended up going to South Dakota, and so we went to Mount Rushmore.
I've always wanted to do that.
Mount Rushmore was so cool.
Is it really?
It's so cool. Like it's funny too. Like as you're driving there, like just all of a sudden out of nowhere, you make a corner, and you're like, "There's the heads."
You know what?
Wow.
Okay. And again, I've also never seen Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
When you look at it, does it look like there's room on the right where you could put like another face?
Honestly, if they wanted to add another president, they could. They actually could. There's more to the mountain. And the cool thing about it is like, so it took them 20 years to do. And it was who led it. It was a father and son kind of led the expedition to do this. Yes. But there were like many other workers, and they worked day and night, like endlessly for 20 years on this thing.
Not to throw a question that you might not be able to answer, but do you know when it was done?
Oh, I can't remember the exact date.
Was it the 30s, 40s?
I can't remember when it was, like when it was finished. Yeah. I can't remember the exact. I know it took them 20 years from start to finish.
Because, you know, everything is so political now. There's guarantee we would never, ever be able to agree on putting another face on there.
And the last, I think like Gutzman or something like that's the last name.
President Gutzman?
Not Gutzman. No, it's like the father and son is like the ones that kind of led it. But I like seeing all the other mountains kind of around it. You're like, how did they do that?
That is incredible.
Yeah, like how the precision that it would take. And the cool thing too is on the bottom of it, like you see all the shavings from it. Like it's really cool.
Wow.
Like it hasn't gone anywhere.
That's cool.
I saw a video progression on YouTube a while back of, what Mount Rushmore. I had a whole lot of things, but one of them was Mount Rushmore. What Mount Rushmore will look like in 100,000 years.
Yeah.
And it's like all the faces are all obscured and everything. Erosion and everything.
I know.
That doesn't look like Teddy Roosevelt.
I was joking with my sister. There's this show we used to watch as kids. It was called Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh yeah,
and they have an episode in there where they go to Mount Rushmore and Courage climbs up Lincoln's nose. and when I was there, I'm looking, I'm like, inaccurate, because Lincoln's nose is completely closed.
He can't breathe.
You can't climb up Lincoln's nostrils. So false.
That is insane. How did you here's the other thing I was wondering. How did you determine your route? Why did you start in Omaha?
So
how did you?
That was my wife.
Roll the dice.
That was my wife.
Okay.
The way you did it, we had a couple hours to travel, and then we stopped here. A couple hours to travel. That way, we weren't driving the whole 20 hours to because our end goal was Montana.
Well, you took 3 little children.
And we had 3 little kids, so we were let's break that up to 4 to 5 hours.
Stops. Yeah.
I
gotta go to bed. That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
Altogether, we ended up traveling over 3,000 miles. We spent over 64 hours in the car.
The odometer on your car is I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
And with 3 kids. Now, I'll tell you, here's the secret to doing that. Snacks, drinks, and snacks. You got to have tons of snacks. We also have all these sensory games. I
was going to say, you got to keep tablets or something there for them.
They little light brights. They have little I Spy games that they like. So we had all these real interactive toys to keep them entertained for a while. They also had their tablets that they could be on for a little while, when it's...
Sorry, guys.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay. He brought some of that dust back with him. That's what
yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. But we also went to the Badlands. If you've ever been there,
always wanted to go there.
Did you visit the Teddy Roosevelt Medora? Is it Medora in North Dakota?
We didn't. But I know I do know what you were talking about. Yeah.
Gosh,
no, we went to the Badlands. We were there, Rushmore for a while. The Badlands is really, really cool. We got to see all sorts of really cool animals there, and you could actually get out and hike. If you don't know what it is, it's basically it's insane terrain. It's it's such bad land you can't farm there, and it's it almost everything's a real jagged. Mm-hmm. It almost looks like you're in the underworld, kind of. It's everything's creepy. Everything's got these almost devilish pointy horns.
Meanwhile, your kids are are we going to the good lands next?
Yeah, where's the good lands? But it was cool because they have these iron deposits. Yeah. So the color of everything was cool. It was gray, but then it was also all of a sudden crimson looking. It was really
pretty.
cool.
You paying for gold at all?
Yeah, no. I wish that would be cool. Maybe, right?
It'd be like that place in Arkansas. Only this is honest to goodness gold chunks.
They have all these signage and everything was caution, rattlesnakes, and all this.
Wow.
Yeah, there's all hike at your own risk situation.
Did you try to pet some buffalo?
Oh, I mean, we got this close to a buffalo for sure.
How close?
One was sleeping. Yeah.
How close? Seriously?
Oh, we got. I could probably touch it. I mean, there was literally one laying on its side when we were in Yellowstone at this point.
You're not supposed to, though, right?
I mean, you shouldn't. You probably shouldn't touch it.
You had 3 little children.
I didn't touch the
caution
buffalo.
to the wind.
Listen, I didn't go to the Tatanka and touch the thing.
And just that,
I observe.
Aaron Hart inherited 3 little children.
I'm telling you. And here's Jordan with the buffalo. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
They are fast.
They are. They're insane. And I don't think you realize how big they are until you're some people were oh, they're like a cow. You're it's probably twice.
They're behemoths. I've never seen one in person, and everything I can gather, they're behemoths.
massive.
They're humongous.
Yeah.
But we did tons of hikes too in Yellowstone. I mean, we got to see we saw grizzly bears, black bears. There was tons of little prairie dogs.
Oh, those are cute.
They're all these little prairie
dogs. They look like
dogs.
gophers, kind
of,
right?
A little bit, yeah. They had all these holes everywhere, and they would it was my son started chasing one of them, and one of them was boo, 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 jumping into the holes.
It was a real life whack-a-mole.
It was the coolest thing. It kept diving into holes, popping out another hole, and he was where'd it go?
That's awesome. That is great.
It was super cool.
What happens if you follow those tunnels down? Where they go?
Oh, who knows?
Man,
scared to go in one of those.
We volunteer. Hilly is
I would
go right ahead.
But there's all sorts of really awesome trails that you could go. I mean, we ended up one of them led. There was you could go to the top of a waterfall or the bottom of a waterfall, and I was I'm gonna go to the bottom. So I went to the bottom, and where you could see it, the peak of it, and it was so crystal clear, so cool. It was amazing.
Man,
we went to this other basin. So there was Old Faithful and everything like that, but then there's also it was called like the Porcelain Basin, I think is what it's called. Like there was like all these pools that looked milky blue. And it was that way because so underneath is like there's like a volcano underneath it. Yeah. And everything, it's so volatile that like it's got so much acidity and stuff in the ground because of all the volcanic activity underneath it. Yeah. That it's got, you can't step in it. Like the water's boiling. It's like acid. And so, like, there was, like, people's hats, like, blown off and stuff. Usually, they just couldn't get it.
Is it that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It said if you step off this path...
So it's not just hot. It's acidic.
It'll literally melt your shoes. Like, there were signs saying if you step off, like, it says, like, 30 people have lost their life. They've been scalded or just burned to death because they've gotten off the path. So don't get off the path.
So you visited hell for vacation.
Basically, No, there's definitely some dangerous areas in Yellowstone. They actually have some places completely marked off, like... Where it's like, you know, hey, we have like predators here and like this is where they hunt. So don't be here because this is actively a hunting ground. Yeah. So there's a lot of dangerous places there, but this is where Darwin's law applies.
Yes. So, my brother and his girlfriend went to Yellowstone and he said it was one of the most beautiful places.
It's like another world though, right?
Visited.
It was incredible. Yeah. Waterfalls, the creatures that you just encountered, the colors that you see there. It's just insane.
Did you see any actual volcanoes erupting?
No, but we did see like a lot of geysers. Like, you know,
did you go to Old Faithful?
So yes, we did. And you got to wait like an hour for the thing to erupt.
When is this thing going to blow already?
So like if you miss it, you're like, well, we got to be here another 2 hours, maybe. We don't know. But yes, that thing erupted. There was a lot of other, like when we were at the other basin, there was these smaller geysers that were all almost to erupt. They all, like, you know, the smoke was coming out of them. You could hear them boiling. I'm like, it's only a matter of time.
Was there anything during your trip? We're visiting with our own Jordan J, who just got back from vacation, his Western journey, like Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And so he's just recounting his tale of vacation. Was there anything on the trip that you saw that maybe stuff that you've heard about or seen, and then when you see it in person, you're like, what was the big deal here? It wasn't really as big or exciting or...
Funny enough, Old Faithful.
Really?
You know?
Really?
It's so as cool as it actually is.
You rename it Old Boring?
It's also, it's just, I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know if I was like expecting more. It's cool, but like, you're waiting around a lot, really is what it is. It's kind of you just being like, when's it going to erupt? You know what I mean? You want to see it do its thing.
When you can visit fountains that, you know, change color, set to music and all this other stuff. What I can see your point. Like, what's the big deal about a hole in the ground that shoots water out?
Yeah, it's just like it's like you see a whale blow water out of a hole. It's the same, you know what I mean? But like,
weren't they saying that apparently it's not as accurate? Like, you used to be able to set your clock to Old Faithful.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it's getting older.
It's So like, I think they said like around every 60 to 90 minutes it erupts. Okay. So it used to actually be, I think,
quite a window.
Yeah. I mean, it used to be a shorter time, but it's gotten kind of longer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when we went,
I got some antsy kids here. Come on,
60 to 90
Faithful.
Minutes on average. It erupted. It erupted when we were there. So, but yeah, it was. We went like whitewater rafting, which was insane.
I saw that.
Yeah. It was so cool.
That's cool.
That was super. And we did that actually on the Yellowstone River. So,
you know, years and years ago, I went with a group of friends whitewater rafting. This was in Pennsylvania, and
did they have to weight you down?
Huh?
Did they have to weight you down?
No. What's funny is, they say you should do it after a dam release because that's when the water is the best.
Going.
Okay, well, I guess the dam release hadn't happened or whatever. So we got to parts of it where it just wasn't deep enough.
Really?
So we used to have to get out of the rafts and like kind of run along, and we called it Flintstoning. Okay, we're gonna have to Flintstone here.
What a rip!
I know.
I'll tell you, halfway through it, we got like, it was like an hour into our session, it just started torrential downpouring, and of course the kids were with us too, except not our youngest, but like our.
Did you say torrential?
Torrential downpour.
Torrential
downpour is what I meant to say.
There's another thing we love about Jordan.
I've been on vacation. I've been on vacation. I haven't had to talk real well.
He makes them his own. Yeah, it's okay.
I've said more words today than I've said all vacation. But so yes, it just started raining on us like crazy, and it was cold. Of course, you know, my son and daughter at this point crying. They're sitting there like, wait, you know, we're sitting there. We're not done. on,
roll like your life depends on it. You know?
And that's the whole thing too, like learning how to do it correctly, right? Like you think you
so
just
your oldest, how old is he now? He's 8?
He's 8, yeah.
Was he doing it?
He was doing it.
Wow.
He was there with me doing it, man. For a while, and then he got tired a little bit, kind of just wanted to, get in the front and get splashed and stuff.
Yeah.
He was having a great time.
That's awesome.
But rolling this thing, it's not just with your arms, man. Like when you go, lean forward, and what you do is you're pulling the water back.
Were you sore afterwards?
Oh, after my back was. But they even told you, it's like, if you do it with your arms, you tire yourself out real easy. Right. So like you basically are just putting the paddle in and you're pulling the water. So you're basically you use your back.
Right.
So when you're doing it, you when everyone's in sync, man, you feel like Vikings. You're just it makes you feel cool. Everyone's like when everyone's in sync.
Boom, boom, boom.
When everyone's in sync.
Heave.
That's awesome.
But it was so cool. It was super fun. The kids had a great time.
When you do something like that and I'll tell you, I'm totally out of shape. Just my calves are just sore from walking at Kauffman Stadium. I walked around the stadium a couple times for different stuff, and I woke up this morning and my legs are.
Well, the rafts don't have seat belts. They have these like little things you put your feet in, and that's kind of what like grounds you. So like you're at the mercy of this giant thing on your foot, But like if your feet slip out, you can fall out.
You're in, man.
Wow.
Had you fallen out of the water, I mean, was there any getting back to the raft?
There was.
Okay.
I mean, there was a whole procedure on like if you fell out of the water of like how you needed to be in the water.
Make sure your affairs are in order.
Yeah, make sure they're like if you're a guy, don't have your legs open or you're going to meet a rock, and you're not going to have a good time. So
always good advice. Don't have your legs open. Yeah. Generally good
they're
advice.
They're basically like if you fell out, you basically want like your feet together and you're like like this, just straight. Basically like you're sitting.
So you're all set to be dead. Look at that.
And then the person goes, and whoever falls out, grab their lifeboat, dunk them on the water real quick because they fell out. Maybe one more time for punishment and bring them back in.
Some solid advice.
That's so great. He said, get the momentum going. Dunk them and then bring them up.
That is tremendous, man.
But there's so much, man. Like there's a lot to Yellowstone. So if you don't know, like you can enter it in Montana, and then it's like most of Yellowstone's in Wyoming. Mm-hmm. So like the north entrance is like in Montana, and then you're in Wyoming for most of it. And there are, I think to Old Faithful from where we were, just to get there, it was over an hour. So to kind of show you how big the park is, took us driving time over an hour just to get there, right?
Our country is so huge.
It is massive.
It's amazing how big our country is. And we don't think about it. But
and it's beautiful, too.
Yeah.
Got so many different areas that are just absolutely breathtaking.
Because the World Cup, so there was a lot of people traveling as well. Sure. Tons of foreigners, right? Mm-hmm. But that's what they all said.
We went to see the train station in Montana. No, there is no real train station.
By the way, but did you know that the ranch on Yellowstone, it's a real ranch. It's a real ranch.
Yeah.
It's a cattle ranch, and they actually like it's operating. So like if you go there like during times of not filming, it works. And they have Airbnb cottages that you can actually stay on the Dutton Ranch, which is insane.
Man.
I was joking with my dad. I was like, what do you think they do when they're filming? Like, say someone's like, oh, yeah, does the film crew come up to the Airbnb cottage? Hey, we need you to put this Western gear on. We're filming, and we don't want you to be in Adidas and stuff in the background.
Do us a solid,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
But I thought that was really cool that you could.
Man, how much do you think that costs to stay in?
I bet you a lot. But now that it's a filming location, it has to be.
While you were
not
out,
cheap.
While you were out and about, did you meet any fellow Missourians?
We did see some people from Kansas City.
Yeah.
I saw it when we were in.
It's always funny when you go out. You're in Missouri. Oh, me too. Yeah.
When we were in Yellowstone, I saw like there's a whole family of like they had Kansas City Chief gear on. We're like, Missouri, and they're like, you Missouri? And we're like, oh. It's hilarious that you find no matter where you go, you're like, I found people from my homeland.
That happened to you in Ireland.
It did.
So I mean,
it's the it's like you can't go with it. It's like everyone's traveling.
It's so great, man.
But it was really cool. Yeah, we ran into a lot of Missourians, but a lot of foreigners that said the same thing of like just how beautiful our country is and how big it is.
And you're like, it's all ours, sucker.
Yeah. Well, because think about it. A lot of these people, they can travel their entire continent,
right?
In a day, and you're like, oh, to get to Florida, that's a day's drive from here.
Did you take? I don't want to jump off of Yellowstone if you're not done yet, but after you were done Yellowstone, did you take the same path back, or did you go around elsewhere?
We did take the same path back because we changed it up a little bit because we were actually going to go to Colorado. We've been to Colorado before, but at that point the kids were kind of really traveled out, so we were just like, we could either extend this vacation by 2 or 3 more days, or just at that point, let's head home. You know what I mean?
That's what we were saying. In fact, my wife was asking about your trip, and I said, she says, so is he still on vacation? I go, no, I think they're spending like this last week just home recuperating.
Yeah.
Recovering from everything.
We ended up getting back, I think it was like Monday night or something like that, or Sunday night or whatever. But man, you're talking late night, and
So you celebrated 4th of July on the road?
No, we did celebrate 4th of July home.
Okay.
We were here for the 4th.
We were Saturday?
Here. Yeah, Saturday,
okay,
Because Saturday, the kids and my wife actually went down to her parents. I was traveled out. I was like, I want to not.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's time for me I need some quiet. So a day of quiet I had, but a storm happened and like trees blew over. I'm kind of glad I didn't go. So it's like,
it was nuts. It was insane.
Well, I do have one thing I need you to explain to me. Your wife sent me a video.
Yes.
And it's of you skateboarding down a road.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
It was great.
Like you're Bart Simpson or something.
You see like nothing on the road.
Yeah, because at first I'm like, what does she want me to look at? Like I'm scanning the whole video.
Yeah.
Can I put that video on here? Okay.
And then you were like a teeny tiny little dot, and then you were getting bigger. And I was like, is that George?
There you go.
He skateboards by.
It's on an empty road. How empty was that road?
So that was an awesome road. So that's where our Airbnb was, on that road, and like there was some traffic, but for the most part, like we noticed like throughout a very specific time frame, I'm like, no one comes down this road, and it is a long open road that just goes, and the view is just beautiful. So I'm like, I'm going to get on the skateboard and just go down this road for a while. So that's what I did.
If you're enjoying the audio version of this, make sure you find the video version on the Hilly and Hart YouTube page, because you get to enjoy the video. You'll see it's crazy.
The cool thing about it too is like, so those of you that don't know, I used to skateboard back in the day, so it's maybe a surprise to some people. But my cousin, he got this like electric skateboard, which was awesome. The thing goes like 30 miles an hour. It's insane.
Lord.
Wow. And so I was playing with it. I was having a good time.
How is it powered?
It has a battery and it charges up and stuff.
Man.
And it's got like it loops around your finger, and there's just a remote that you hold onto, and it's this little knob that you can break it.
Faster.
And you can accelerate it. And this thing goes like 30 miles an hour.
Man.
So before I knew it, as I'm on this drive, all of a sudden I look down and I'm like, oh gosh, it's been 15 minutes. And I realized I'm like 10 miles away from the house. So I'm like, time to go back.
What happened to Daddy?
Wow. But let me tell you, you hit some of those little divots in there.
I bet.
If you don't know how to balance yourself, you're in for a bad time.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. Big hill that I got to go down. It's fun.
That's great. What a vacation.
Yeah,
huh?
I had a great time.
Is this one going to go down in
definitely.
your family lore?
I think this was the biggest vacation my family's ever taken.
That's what I was thinking, because you guys usually do a pretty good one almost every year.
Yeah, we try to do one every single year, but this is like the most places
But
we've
when
been.
you were talking about, just kind of like the layout, like your itinerary, it's like, holy, you're going to do all that?
Yeah.
Did you have any foods out there that you've never had before?
We had a lot of different, like they
elk?
had, no, we did. I actually had an elk meatloaf. There was, of course, tons of like bison burgers and buffalo burgers.
Does it just
and
taste
buffalo
like
steaks.
beef or whatever? Or?
It's a little different, but like, I mean, the consistency, if you've ever had just regular meatloaf, the consistency was like that.
Right.
It was more juicy.
Yeah, bison's really good.
Yeah. And it did, bison,
It's supposed
the
to be
elk.
ridiculously lean.
It is. It is very lean. It's insanely lean, actually. But yeah, that elk was insanely juicy.
Elk. How about that?
I think
I guess elk is in the deer family, isn't it?
It's a little different, but yeah, it's technically in the deer family.
Close to venison? I don't know.
It's a little different than venison even. It's not exactly the same. And the wild boar, too, is also different. You think wild boar is like pig,
it's
but
pork,
it's
right?
not. But it's different, actually. Like at least what I've had, I had like a wild pork burger, and it was like, it almost looked like ground beef. So I'm like, it was weird how they made it look that way.
Yeah.
But it was good, man. It definitely tasted different.
Billy's next question is going to be like, did you bring samples?
Yeah, I know. I wish I would have. I know. The meatloaf didn't last. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Beef jerky would have worked.
No,
anything?
I know.
Elk jerky.
Every time we went up to a kiosk that had like like bison jerky or elk jerky, it was always gone. It was always sold out.
It's those visitors.
I know,
it's those World Cup people. I blame them.
So every time we'd go, I'm like, because I wanted that too. I'm like, we got to get some elk jerky. No elk jerky. All they had was like, so I was like, I'm like, we have regular beef. I don't want Jack Links.
Oh my God. So I have to ask, so you knew you were coming back into work today. How hard was Sunday night? Like,
it was tough. It was tough.
When you've been away, you're on vacation, then that last night comes up, and you're back to work.
I'll tell you, I was dreading last night a little bit. Just not more for the fact of like vacation's now done.
You enjoy what you do and you love it, but it's just like to have to get back to the routine.
Yeah,
I get it.
More like I'm like the amount of time I was gone, I'm just dreading. I'm like, I don't want to check what I need to check when I get into work.
Oh yeah.
So Jordan and I were actually talking earlier, and I go, being on vacation, it's fantastic. It's awesome. And like you find your mind fantasizing about, one day I'll never have to work again.
This is what retirement is like or whatever. Yeah.
Lies. Because every time I come back from vacation, I way overspend it. I'm like, well, got to go back to work.
Got to work to do it.
Got to make some more money now.
Joy.
You may not be aware, but Jordan is one of the guys in this company who, when you hear commercials on the radio station, he has produced lots of them, and he's very creative and everything, and he's always writing and recording and producing and everything like that. So while he's gone, they kind of dole it out to everybody else, and I guarantee you the quality is not anywhere near the good stuff that he does. But we're like, right this time, okay, I guess this will have to do. It'll do till Jordan gets back.
What are you trying to say, Dylan? That feels personal.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, for sure, man. Yeah. So
it was nice, though. I do have to say, as much as I love work, it was nice to not have to think about it for extended time. Yeah.
Everybody needs a vacation. Everybody needs time away. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The people, and I used to be one, who were just like, work. That's all you do. Man, that's just going to burn you out quicker than anything. Well, everybody needs it.
Well, you don't want to work your life away. No one wants to do that. That's not good.
I kind of appreciate that more and more as I get older. I'm just like, I'm seeing my grandkids and spending time with them. Just like my wife, I mean, the other day I said to her, like, we were sitting there, we were watching TV, and like we're snacking on something. I said, can you imagine getting to do this every day?
I know. Well, it just makes you think.
She goes, what do you mean? I go, no, I'm just thinking out loud. That's all.
Cubans were not designed to work and work and their whole life away.
That's what I always tell myself. I'm like, man, I was designed for more than just work. Don't get me wrong. I like work just fine, but I want to see and do and,
Well, we're only here one time, As
long as I'm physically able to, I want to do.
It is nice to be able to take, like either a long weekend or a super long weekend, a 4-day weekend or something. Those things help to kind of fill the void until like the really long vacations. But the holidays are coming up. So I'm just saying, before too long.
Yeah, actually, I mean, we're already through 4th of July.
I'm telling you, man.
We're getting closer now to fall.
Yeah, true.
Well, Jordan J., thank you for sharing your odyssey with us.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. If you ever want to go, I'd say all the places we went to were fantastic. If you've never seen Rushmore, worth doing. You've never been to Montana. You've never been to Yellowstone. I mean, you can honestly spend an entire week in Yellowstone and still have more things to do.
I bet.
It's insane.
Pretty darn cool. Well, if we'd love to hear from you. If you want to leave a comment wherever you're watching or listening from, leave a comment there. If you got a question for Jordan, I don't know, maybe something we didn't cover. I don't know. Share your own vacation tales. Love to hear from you either that way too. But more importantly, give us a subscribe. We sure appreciate that.
Please do.
All right, there you go. That is another edition of the Kast.